Thomas Hitzlsperger, you are a part of the German SSE 22 that is now a shareholder of AaB. First of all, why did you decide to be part of this club?
Well, we've been talking to AaB and the board of AaB for many months now, and obviously we're all aware of the situation. It's not been an easy season, but we as a group have a lot of experience in football. And looking at the club now at AaB, we see the tradition, we see the potential of the club, and unfortunately we don't see it now, but we don't look at just now, we look at the future, and hopefully we can bring everything together and help the club to move forward and be successful. And we want to be part of it because we got to know the people, we like the people, and I think we all respect each other, and that's a good basis.
What kind of impression has you gotten? Why do you see this potential?
Well, of course, with the history, we looked into it, what happened in the past here. Of course, a strong academy. Everyone of our group, we've always been focusing on developing talents. That's what has driven us. When I worked at Stuttgart, the last club I worked for, it was a similar situation. A very, big academy that used to be very successful, but then for a few years was struggling. And to bring that back up again, identifying talents in the region and nurture them and developing them to the standard of a Superliga team here, that's something that drives us on. Making people better, but in this case, of course, making football players better.
So coming into AaB as a club, what is the strategy? What is the plan? Is it something similar?
Yeah, I just said the academy we know is very important to this club here. So that's something we've liked because that's what we want to focus on. And I think that's where our expertise lies as well. But it's not only about training players, it's about identifying talents all around here in this country in Denmark. But Nordjylland as a region, there must be a lot of potential and we want to find them. We want to help with our experience finding them and making them better players and helping everybody here at the club to go forward and be optimistic. There's no way out. We have to face it. It's a challenge, it's a big challenge, but we want to do it.
As you know, and as we all know, AaB is placed on one of the relegation positions in the Super League. What will relegation mean to you?
We know what the situation is. We're not afraid of it, and the people I've met here at the club seem the same. They're disappointed about the situation, but they're not afraid of it, and that's what we got to do. It's 10 games left in the Superliga, and we want to support Oscar and all of his team to get the best out of everybody and make it possible. This is possible to stay in Superliga, and that's what we need to focus on, and hopefully we can play a little part in it. But that's what I said, this club is more than just one season, and even if things go wrong, focus on the potential that the club has, and we have not come in to fix a problem short term. We've come in to think long term. When you come in, especially as a foreigner, first of all, get to know the people, get to know the culture and respect the culture. But in the end, we want to be successful. I'm so passionate about football. I'm part of AaB because I want to be successful with AaB, and I'm sure everybody else here at the club wants to achieve the same. So it's about committing to one goal and making sure we all know what we're doing in order to achieve it.
I think many fans have been wondering, because you come in with 20% of the shares of AaB, why 20?
Well, we've just only met a few months ago. I think that's a good basis. That's something we've all agreed on. It's a good starting point. We've always said there might be an option to do more in medium to long term. But right now it feels good for all of us to start with 20%. Invest money into the club, but this is not all about investing money. It's about sharing ideas, bringing our experience in, and hopefully that will start, because of course we've seen in the past you can spend money and it's easily thrown out the window. But money is important in football, but also how we work together, and that combination for us, it was the best we could agree on right now, but maybe it will become more in the future.
And what can you bring? As you said, it's not only money, it's also expertise. What do you bring into this club?
Well, to start talking about myself, I think some people might know that I used to play football myself, but I was also in different positions in the football industry. For the last 6 years I worked for VfB Stuttgart in the Bundesliga and second Bundesliga in different roles. I ran the academy and I ended up as CEO. So I've seen different parts of the football industry, and Bernhard is another name that's been mentioned quite often. He has all his life developed players and coaches, and that's what I said with the academy here, AaB being so important. I think that's a key ingredient, what we want to bring in, and all the others of the group, they have different elements that you need in football to be successful, and hopefully we can do that here with AaB.
The fans, and they look into the future and they see the ambition, what can they expect to see?
Well, I try to be careful because it's only just started. You know, we are new here. I'm new, part of the club, but I don't want to start with any promises. The only promise I would say I could make now is this hard work. I guess you would all expect that from Germans, that we work hard every day in order to be successful. But other than that, kind of be low key at the moment. Keep the focus on the team, Oscar and his team, to win games and make people happy again. But a long-term plan, strategy, I don't think it's the right thing to roll it out now. That's something we've discussed with the board. The board was convinced that this is the right thing to do in the future. And I feel the passion that we bring in, it's something we haven't done before in order to invest into a football club. But we love it so far, and I hope, and I'm pretty sure we can say this in the future as well, that we love being part of it. But it takes time, and that's why, you know, I talk today, but I do not want to talk regularly because it's more about what we show behind the scenes in order to move the club forward.